we're white knuckling it because we have no idea whether this audio is working or the video is working. It seems like it might be, but but we do have CCTV in the house. Give it up for CCTV. CAX just rolled up, and y'all are with. Of course you are. Of course you are. My favorite station. My bad. And of course you are. You know. So for those who are in the house, come on up here, stand by Aiden, and we're going to make a little circle back here, a semicircle back here. Come on, y'all, get up here. Yeah. Come on, y'all, come on. Get on up here, Holly. Y'all, get on up here. If you don't want to get up there, sit back down. But I'm just saying, get up. Winston. I've never had to invite somebody to get in front of a camera so many times. That way, scared of a camera.
So you get up, represent. Then get up, and you get up.
I'm gonna write that down and I'll let you know. Charlie! Charlie Giannoni's in the house. Hey, Charlie. You guys, don't be afraid of life in Virginia. You can slide that way. Slide this way. It's okay. You don't have to. Anybody there? Okay. Look who's coming. Look who's coming. Empress. Oh, come on. So, for those of you who are going to be standing with us, just go ahead and get a shirt, and we'll wait for you, and I'll bring you further. Thanks for coming. So,
I appreciate it.
I see it is 1300. 1 o'clock. And WFFF, WVNY. You remind yourself and let's just see if we can get you in the room. We may not get it. We're on our last minute. Check. Check. WVNY. If you want to call, can you hear us from the room? Yeah, you can turn it on. So I think we're, let's see, got Black Magic. Hold on. We get to play with this just a little bit longer. Thank you for that.
Coming up in a second? Come on.
WVNY, can you hear us from the room?
I like the eyes.
WFFF, WVNY, can you hear us from the room? There's only one other attendee on the call. How's my audio? That's good?
Yep.
Good. WCAX in the house. So we're going to go ahead here momentarily and get started. I appreciate everybody showing up. My tech guy dropped off the scene at the last minute, so I'm doing double duty today. You trying to coax those guys?
I'm trying to, sir. You know, they're the radar a little bit.
They're fun. I haven't seen them so shy since they started over the summer. I think I scared them off.
She's
You don't get no solo.
One for four.
You still got a chance. We're almost ready.
She wants to. She's so. I see it. Come on.
That's what's up. So is everybody up here now? There you are. I just got one thing to print here, and we'll be ready to go. And if y'all want to, y'all can kind of like stand between each other like this as well, so we can get all y'all in the frame. You know, y'all want to like bring it in a little bit. Wouldn't y'all appreciate that? Would. You can just shuffle it up a little bit. It's good to have this kind of support. God knows we need it. Okay. Do you guys want to turn? You're welcome. Oh my God. And if you don't want to, that's fine. Stay back on the left. So, the good thing about having a press conference is that you can do whatever you want to do because it's your press conference. You know what I mean? We said we were going to start at 1, but you know we are here. So good afternoon, everyone. I am Reverend Mark Hughes. I am the executive director of the Vermont Racial Justice Alliance, and these folks here, standing behind me, stand with me to come out today and announce the fifth annual First African Landing Day here in Vermont. The 5th annual First African Landing Day here in Vermont. They gonna wake up. We're gonna get them. We're gonna get them later. So I want to just share with you a couple things on the onset. I'll come back and talk to you more later, but there's quite a few speakers that we want to get through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just hold back a little bit here on the front. There is an intersection of the 1619 traveling exhibit, as well as the 400-year African American History Commission that I personally found in 2019. And this would emerge into what is now, and what has been proclaimed by our governor as Vermont's First African Landing Day. So this is very much about 1619. And what I would add to that is that one would be hard-pressed to find a day in history that has more consequential and profound impact on this nation, and indeed this planet, than the 20th day of August in 1619. So, First African Landing Day focuses on learning more about that day. It also focuses on its legacy, which we experience every day. So it is with great honor and pride that I stand before you today to reintroduce you to First African Landing Day, because we're not going anywhere. We'll be back next year with First African Landing Day again. I would add to that where First African Landing Day was born is very important to understand. It's because it is at the impetus of First African Landing Day has everything to do with the legacy of slavery. And the work of the Vermont Racial Justice Alliance has sought for the last several years to address just that, otherwise referred to as systemic racism. In all of our work across outreach and education, policy, community engagement and support, and cultural empowerment, what we stand together to do today is to bring our flagship event of cultural empowerment that seeks to address systemic racism to the forefront yet again. Now, here's what's really interesting about this event today, is that we are hosting a press conference here from the Richard Kemp Center. The Richard Kemp Center it serves as the cradle, if you will, of all cultural empowerment for black folks here, by black folks, for black folks, in the community of Burlington, for the purpose of addressing systemic racism, and that is what we know to be those disparate outcomes across all social determinants. Here we deliver programs and services that have been otherwise inefficient, ineffective, or just non-existent. Here in the Richard Kemp Center, this is what it's here for. The first time in history that an organization has created an entity like this in the community of Burlington. We are here. This is us. This is our house. And finally, before I introduce the director of the Richard Kemp Center, my wife, Christine Hughes, I would like to also add to you that of significant importance in triangulating on this event today is the presence of the traveling exhibit for 1619, which came right out of Old Point Comfort, where the White Lion landed the 20th of August in 1619. That museum, that is standing directly behind us. This is the traveling exhibit for 1619. It is here in our house on this day. So now, without further delay, let me introduce you to one of my favorite people in the world, if not the best, Christine Hughes.
Thank you, everybody, especially the youth. I'm so excited about all the work that they've been doing. Make sure you come out tomorrow to the Intervale Center, rain or shine. Come on down, it's going to be a great day. And we're so proud of what has happened with the Richard Kemp Center. And as Mark said, this is our house. My brother Vincent is always saying that, and we really mean it. We're not just saying that because it sounds good. This is our house. If there isn't something here that we're already doing that meets your needs, come on over, let's sit down and talk about it, because we have the capacity to create new programs and activities. So I just really want to invite the community out tomorrow for First African Landing Day, and to come by the Richard Kemp Center and check out what we're doing. Thank you. Oh, and tonight is movie night. Bring the kids.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that I thought would be awesome today is if we could introduce some of the folks who've been here, who've been supporting these efforts, and who do the work every day, who were doing the work before, who are doing the work now, and I know they'll be here with us next year. So I know some of the programs and services that we've been supporting and implementing throughout the community, some of it has had a lot to do with our culture in our communities, has had a lot to do with artistry, because after all, that's where American culture comes from, is black folks. So I'm here to introduce you to one of my favorite folks who supports, upholds, and represents the culture, the black cultural arts here in the city of Burlington. That is my sister, Omega Jade.
Thank you, Mark. Yes, I'm Omega Jade, and I am proud to be a part of this community. The Richard Kemp Center and the Racial Justice Alliance. I've been a part of this for a little over a year, and I am now proud to say I am a community partner with them. With that being said, I'm inviting you to join us tomorrow because my Black Artist Market will be one of the festivities that will be a part of Vermont's first African Landing Day tomorrow. So come show some support, get some food. I got candles and other stuff. I might even perform. So yes, please come. You're all invited. You're welcome.
I'm just looking around to see who else is behind me. You got to look behind you sometimes in this work. So listen, here's what we're going to do is we want to hear a little bit from one of our great partners, community partners who supported us, who just they stood hand in hand with us in the work and continue to stand hand in hand with the work that we do, particularly as it pertains to our youth and in our community. It's a rough road inside of the school districts across the state. We have a partner in the Burlington School District. Sparks, can you talk to us? Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to Mark and Christine and their team. A center like this has been long overdue. I've been in Vermont since 1992. And as we think about racism and dismantling white supremacy culture, we've never had a place like this for us, for black people doing things for other black people, and especially our black youth. As we think about community partnerships, first and foremost, we have to think about those agencies that are committed to the work, committed to serving the needs of our youth. As I think about the school district, we have a long way to go as we think about dismantling white supremacy culture and anti-racism. We have a superintendent that is now committed to that work, Tom Flanagan, who I would say has been one of the first superintendents that we have had, that we have gone this deep in dismantling white supremacy culture and anti-racism, because our schools is one of the places that it starts. The school is committed to dismantling white supremacy culture and anti-racism. As I think about the first African American Landing Day, it is something that our students need to fully understand, our white faculty and staff need to fully understand, and they need to embrace, and we need to embrace this in our teaching every day. Thank you.
So speaking of the schools, one of the things that I thought was important, because we've had here in the Richard Kemp Center over the last 6 weeks, just a group of incredibly dynamic youth. A couple white young men, I think about 5 black young women who were, I think previously, actually leading over at the Racial Justice Academy, and they joined us for the duration of the major part of the summer here as interns, and just have began some of the most incredible work that you might imagine from a perspective of wellness. We've been doing a lot of work from the perspective of wellness, and there's one individual who sat in with me on our television program, Juxtaposition, and he's also here with us today, and I'd love to hear from him. We have Aiden Argrady with us this morning.
I would just like to say that the reason I'm here and why I chose to work over the summer is because in the middle of school there was a lot of stuff that's happening, like a lot of stuff like systemic racism that leads to systemic racism that just wasn't being fixed in the school district and wasn't being addressed, and I decided to do something useful with my summer. So I signed up for Summer Racial Justice Academy, and that led to the opportunity to work with the the Racial Justice Alliance, and that led to a pretty productive summer with more that I've accomplished than I've ever thought I could as a student, and
Watch your back. So yeah, I'm definitely excited about having just all of the youth in this summer. It's an awesome time. As black folks, we understand, and we, as black folks, we stand united. We stand united in recognizing the profound impact of our struggles throughout history. Our journey has been marked by underlying determination, unyielding determination, courage, and an unbreakable spirit that has propelled us forward. We honor those who came before us, who endured the horrors of slavery, segregation, and systemic racism. They bore the weight of oppression on their shoulders, yet they never succumbed to despair. That is why we're here. Our ancestors, in their unwavering faith and resilience, and paved the way for our progress. They fought for their freedom, risking everything to forge a path to liberation. Their sacrifices, their blood, and their tears watered the seeds of change that continue to grow within us today. Their struggles were not in vain. They fortified our spirits and ignited a fire within us that refuses to be extinguished. That is why we are here this year. We are saying, through the fire, as the theme for 2023. New Alpha Missionary Baptist Church is a partner and a friend of the work of the Vermont Racial Justice Alliance, and I am a minister at New Alpha Missionary Baptist Church. It is the tradition of my faith to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly in the presence of the Most High God. I would be remiss if I did not invite my sister Adeline Robinson to say a few words.
Thank you. I am very, very humbled and very pleased to be a part of such an amazing journey. I am truly grateful for having the first African landing celebration here in Vermont. We are proud that this is the 5th annual celebration. And us at New Alpha, we are very, very pleased and happy with the work, and we will be a part. So come down to the Intervale Center, hear all about what New Alpha has to offer and who we are that's still in this community. We appreciate everyone here at the Richard Kemp Center and all of the staff that's here, especially my dear sister Christine Hughes, who is also a part of New Alpha. So we are just grateful, and we thank you all for being a part of what we have to offer and celebrating with us and standing with us. So continue to do the work.
There you go.
Thank you.
Hi. Do the work. We carry the legacy with us, knowing that our strengths, they flow, their strengths flow through our veins. Their resilience courses through our hearts, reminding us that we too have the power to overcome any obstacle in our path. From generation to generation, the torch of hope has passed down, lighting the way for us to march forward. In our youth, the vibrant and resilient souls who carry the promise of a brighter future tomorrow, they embody the strength and the potential of our community. They bear witness to our history, and their shoulders are touched by the struggles we have faced. But they do not falter. Instead, they stand tall, fueled by the fire that burns within them. They are the architects of our future, the ones who will continue the fight for justice and equality. I do have a member of the board of directors here present with us today, and we would love to hear a couple remarks from Deacon Roy Hill, also a member of New Alpha Missionary Baptist Church.
Thank you, Reverend Mark, Executive Director, Vermont Racial Justice Alliance. Thank you for the beginning. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for this powerful moment in history that corrects history, that is impactful more today than yesterday, but impactful. The symbolism, the literal reality. Reverend Mark spoke first. Reminds me of scripture that speaks to the reality that without education, people perish. We're about education. We're about the reality of what has happened in terms of the history of this country and increased effort, micro and macro aggression to deny that reality. This country rests on our shoulders. Rest on the shoulders of men and women who went before us. Rest on the shoulders of boys and girls of yesterday and today. They stand and you see them here, symbolizing truth and that empowered talent of gifts, which have come down through history to sustain this country. And then there was the executive director, another literal and figurative leader. First, a woman, a mother, a woman who speaks to bringing into existence more members of this human family, the African American human family in particular, but a person through history abused, oppressed, denied, much as the bullies in the 1700s who gathered in Philadelphia to pull together a constitution speaking to justice, democracy, but denying to women, denying to African Americans. Oh, we were there. But the denial of our presence was then, as the denial of our presence and our rights continue to this very day. We're in Vermont. That motto says freedom and unity. Well, if we have freedom and unity, how can you have it if you deny the people who look like those who are here, who are part of the majority who populate planet Earth? Think of that when someone looks at someone like me or like Reverend Mark or like our executive director, Christine, and as I close, and especially our children. We're part of a mighty, we're not a minority. We will not be denied. We forevermore will keep going on because our right and we are charged to do the right thing. So help us God. Amen.
Amen. I just wanted to do that again. So there are some housekeeping things I wanted to run by you. We're almost to the close of this. For those of you who thought this may have not gone so long, we've been waiting for 400 years. So we're going to take our time. If you need to go, then we understand. But we're going to keep the fight So definitely, it is important to understand that we still have free tickets that are available, that are out there. Last check, I think we had like over 220 people registered, signed up. Pretty squirrely, there's a lot of stuff going on. Wanted to also mention that there's going to be food and music and dancing and speakers and exhibits, and there's going to be a youth home base. Home base, and these are the youth who actually put that together. That's going to be in the barn. So if you're watching this and you're a youth and you're not there, shame on you, because they're going to talk about you. The legendary Bobby Hackney is going to be there. I said the legendary Bobby Hackney is going to be there. The keynote speaker, I just got off the phone with her today. Our own Dr. Wanda Heading Grant is going to be there delivering the keynote for her second time. She's actually delivered the keynote before, but you weren't watching then. But it's okay. We're going to continue to do this. And then also here in the Richard Kim Center, I'm so excited to say this. So, so here in the Richard Kim Center, what we have going on is we have the African American History Wall, which is already erected, and it's developing. It's a work in progress, and that's amazing. Yeah, it is. And then there's also there's going to be some local African American cultural and art exhibits as well. You see, like some already starting to go up here in the center, so there will be that going on. And of course, there will also be the 1619 traveling exhibit, which is right behind us here. So this will be on display. At the same time, there will be transportation that's taking folks from here down there, and down there, up here. So all of that will be going on at the same time. Again, tickets are available, and they are free. I do have one community partner that's here with us, and I know that Annette is very new to CHT, but she's also one of our very own, and maybe not necessarily eager to have a word with you all, but with some coaching, we could probably get her up to say a few words for us. Annette.
Did it anyways. My name is Antoinette Bennett-Jones. I wear multiple hats in the community. As a community member, I am excited about First African Landing Day. I hope you all are able to join us, and I look forward to helping make this change in our community, which is well overdue.
How do you spell your last name? Yeah. Julik, it's Julik. Gulik. I have one of my favorite senators here with us, and we did, just so you know, in addition to all of the signatories of the Racism is the Public Health Emergency, which includes every single one of the 30 that's here within this community, to include the city, the Chittenden County Regional Planning, the hospital, Community Opportunities Credit Union, the list goes on. You all have those. Those of you in the press, you have those because we did this. Remember, in 2020, we did this. So all of those were invited, and so were many, many, many others, to include a vast array of elected officials, including, you know, everybody from the leadership all the way on down. So we are not absent people here for lack of our outward communicating, but we are still standing, and we're still doing the work. So we don't want to shame them out, but we do want to call them in, because this is where it's happening this weekend. I am really proud to say that we did get a taker, no less from the Senate of Vermont General Assembly. So let me just briefly introduce someone who's been an ally with the work that we're doing, Senator, I'm going to mess it up, Julie.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm a little reluctant to speak because white people often speak for and speak over folks of color, so I'm going to keep it really short. But I'm so honored to be here. It means a lot to me to be invited, and I'm so thrilled that I could make it. I am also on the Burlington School Board, some of you know, as well as in the Senate, and I'm so thankful to Sparks for being here today, and our students. They do incredible work, and Superintendent Flanagan was here as well. So, you know, Nicole Hannah-Jones is a hero of mine, and her work is incredibly important and vital to our whole country. And she also has done a lot of work about public education. So those of you who know her for her 1619 project, I would urge you to try to listen up and read some of the work that she's done around public education. It's really important. It is, in some ways, in our country, we are more segregated than we've ever been before in terms of our education, and that is a big problem. School vouchers, public money going to private schools, these are things we all need to look at. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we are so pleased to have had the opportunity to spend the time today with you. We certainly don't take this opportunity to get in front of you for granted. We just wanted to make sure that those folks who are across the state, that they're having an opportunity to see what it is that is happening. There is a tectonic shift that's happening, not just across this nation, but across this planet right now. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. There's a lot of things that are happening right now. I think those of us, especially those who ascribe to the traditions of faith, we're buckling down, we're standing strong. But I think in particular when we start to think about these things that are being unearthed, these facts, this information that's being made readily available to us, we can no longer hide behind objectivity. We can no longer make a decision to hide in cognitive dissonance, because what we're experiencing is real. So we are on the move. We're going to continue to do this work. 1619 Project was mentioned. Yes, we are rooted in these facts. This is the Academy has already finalized its analysis on the research involved in this project. The reluctance is not the Academy. The reluctance is the community. And the reluctance is the politicization of what it is that we're talking about. But the Academy is already settled in the facts concerning who we are as a nation and where we've come from. So the disconnect that you're experiencing, if anything, has more to do with the fact that you haven't academically engaged in what it is that we're talking about. Because the facts bear out what it is we're talking about with this first African land. Besides, Nicole Hannah-Jones and I are from the same hometown, so you can't go wrong with that, okay? So we thank you for coming out together. We navigate through the fire, guided by wisdom of those who have come before us, and inspired by the potential of those who will follow us. We're not alone in this journey. We are a collective force, bound together by the threads of our shared history and the people for a better future. Through the fire, we emerge as warriors, fighting for justice, equality, in a world where we can all thrive. In our pursuit of a brighter tomorrow, we stand unwavering and undeterred. We march forward with the conviction that the moral arc of the universe bends towards justice. And it is our duty to shape that arc with our unwavering determination. Our struggles have and will continue to strengthen us, fortifying our spirit and driving us towards a future where equality and opportunity abound. Through the fire, we rise, transcending the limitations imposed upon us. We are a testament to the power of resilience, the beauty of unity, and the boundless strength that resides within each and every one of us. Our story is one of triumph over adversity, and as we forge ahead, we carry with us the knowledge that our journey is not just for us, but for the liberation of all. Thank you, and good afternoon.